financing from Agence Française de Développement, the European Union Investment Bank, and the European Union. Connectivity to electricity is a vital part of Kenya's development, and this project will connect 280,000 households to the electricity grid in 32 counties, and hereby give 1.5 million Kenyans direct access to reliable supply of electricity. Access to electricity, as we heard, has more than doubled in Kenya over the past decade, from 37% in 2013 to 75% today. Kenya is well on track and establishes itself as a front-runner in sustainable practices on infrastructure development and green transition. To achieve the goal of universal and sustainable electricity access, the necessary investments are very high and not always commercially attractive for the private sector. This is why the European Union is supporting this connectivity program with a major grant of 4.3 billion Kenyan shillings, which is 30 million euros, that will help reduce the investment costs and make the project sustainable. This partnership is framed under the EU's Global Gateway, that is the EU's contribution to narrow the global investment gap worldwide and to help to tackle the most pressing global challenges. The Global Gateway will mobilize up to 300 billion euros by 2027 for developing global infrastructure and supporting the green and digital transition around the world. Out of the 300 billion, half of it, so 150 billion euros, will go to Africa. In closing, let me reiterate Team Europe's firm dedication to collaborating with Kenya on the continued expansion for renewable energy. Together, we are building a brighter, more sustainable future, and I'm so excited that our partnership is flourishing. Asanteni sana.
Your Excellency, with your permission, we'll now proceed to the signing of the Phase 4 Last Mile Connectivity Project. And at this point, Your Excellency, allow me to invite the AFD representative, Christian Yoka, together with Her Excellency Henriette Geiger, who's representing the EU, to just stand behind the two chairs there where the signing is going to be happening. I'll also invite the MD and CEO, Engineer Joseph Siror, who's going to be sitting on the left to sign. Then the first signing, which is by Master Power Systems Limited, which covers West Pokot, will be done by Prakash Moda Shia. So if we can kindly have Prakash Moda Shia to proceed. We'll also invite the CS to stand as a witness to the signing. Welcome, sir. Your Excellency, there is a total of 26 contract lots which are countrywide, with countrywide coverage under 3 financing partners: the French Development Agency, the EU, and the European Investment Bank. Your Excellency, this is the first signing. We'll also request that Wilfred Mwiti be on standby to sign the next one. Wilfred Mwiti is from Meru Wood Industries, covering Meru County. Thank you, Mr. Prakash. Next, we have Wilfred Mwiti, who is from Meru Wood Industries, covering Meru County, to sign. If we may also have Narendra Kumar Karsani to be on standby. Thank you very much. We may give them a hand clap. Next, we'll have Narendra Kumar Karsani from KB Sangani and Sons. And this particular contract is covering Nyamira, Bomet, and Kericho. Welcome, sir. On standby, if we can also have Singh Vinud Kumar. Narendra Kumar currently signing is KB Sangai and Sons. The coverage is Nyamira, Bomet, and Kericho. All right, if we can give him a clap, thank you very much. Next, let's have Singh Vinud Kumar, MS India, to sign. Welcome, sir. The coverage for this particular contract is Homa Bay County. As you can see, Your Excellency, it has countrywide coverage. And after this, if we can have on standby, Liu Sing Chin Jon. Excuse my pronunciation. Liu Sing Shung Jon from MS China Hubei Engineering will be next. The next contract, Your Excellency, is covering Bungoma County. Bungoma County. And on standby, if we can have Singh Vinud Kumar again, just to be on standby. I will request the CS to remain there, but I'll ask the EU representative and AFD representative to kindly take your seats as we now invite, Jan Willen from EIB to join the CS and witness. And currently signing is Singh Vinud Kumar, East India Udyong, which is covering Kitui, Embu, and Kirinyaga. Thank you very much, sir. Again, we'll invite Liu Xingzhong, MS China Hubei Engineering, and this will be covering quite a large area: Kilifi, Kwale, Kajiado, Makueni, Nyandarua, Nyeri, Meru, and Tharaka Nithi. On standby, if we can also have East India Udong, again to sign the second last contract. Again, this is just a sample of 26 of them, but for today we'll sign 10, or rather now we'll sign 10. We'll have all of them signed today, but the total is 26 covering the whole of Kenya. So we have East India Udong kindly to take to sign. This particular contract is covering Migori County. Migori County. And on standby, if we can have E-Trade Company Limited, E-Trade Company Limited on standby. Thank you very much. The next contract to be signed is going to be covering Narok County. Narok County. And if we can have CCC International as the last one to sign this particular session out of the 26. My apologies, I think we'll have one more. So we have CCC International next. All right, so let's have CCC International now sign, and this is going to be, welcome sir, this is going to be covering Vihiga, Busia, and Kakamega. And on standby, if we can have LMEC Engineering to be on standby, LMEC Engineering. Welcome, you may take your seat, sir, to sign. Your Excellency, sir, this particular contract is going to be covering Laikipia, Nakuru, Nyandarua, and Meru County. After that signing, Your Excellency, I'll now invite the CS for Energy and Petroleum, Honorable Davis Chirchir, to make his remarks and invite His Excellency, the President, to give us his speech. Welcome, Waziri, for your remarks. Tumpigie makofi akija kutupatia hotuba yake. Asante.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Your Excellencies, Ambassador Henriette, and colleagues, Christine Yoka from the Africa French Development Bank, Karibuni, and colleagues, good afternoon. It's a pleasure, Your Excellency, to be really having you to witness contracts which ordinarily do not have to come to State House, and we want to thank you very much for really making time to this very, very important and very dear subject to your heart in terms of taking power to the people of Kenya. I do recall, Your Excellency, when I was Minister for Energy in 2013-2014, when you basically employed what most of the learned people borrow from what you call the Potter's competitive theory, where the cost of entry to the power system in Kenya was so prohibitive that nobody was able to get into the power system because they needed to have a one-off connection fee of 75,000. And it was just impossible to move 20,000 customers to the grid because for a long time we moved from 1.5 million to 1.6 million to 1.7 to 2.2 million in 2013. And since coming up with that very competitive framework that basically looks at time and cost of entry, looks at the economies of scale in terms of maximization of the transformer, looks at the cost advantages of ensuring that the transformer, a very huge investment, which has been basically put on the ground, can be leveraged on and connect maximum customers, and therefore have the customers to connect slowly over a period of time. That was a huge barrier to entry for Kenyans. And I do remember sitting in your office and cutting down this cost of entry and having customers to pay over a long period of time. And today, we sit among as the leading African countries at 75% access to power, customers being connected without a payment, and yet we are able to recover all that cost. But let me also thank the development partners for coming in handy to support this cause. Your Excellency, what Ambassador Henriette did not mention is that the 30 million euros coming from the EU is a grant, plus that concession of 60 million euros, which is basically coming from, is it EIB? as a very well concession loan, and 90 million euros coming from the other colleagues. So thank you very much. We really appreciate this development. Your Excellency, we have in the pipeline French development. We confuse AFD and AFD. We have another French development bank coming in with another about 13 billion equivalent Kenya shillings on top of this, which will really help us to expedite the process and together work to achieve the connectivity or access at 100% by the turn of this decade. So I want to thank the development partners. Colleagues, why are we instead of signing contracts which could have been signed this morning at Kenya Power offices, witnessed by the President? It's because of the passion the President, I'm sure you'll be talking to that. And I just want to applaud, even as we start the 18 months journey to deliver, Your Excellency, on this connectivity program, that if we can do it in 12 months, we should do it in 12 months. If we can cut cost and connect more, 100, you did talk about 280,000 connections. I did look at what Ken, the gentleman in charge of this program, has done, and we have already optimized, and we are almost hitting a target of 300,000 for this amount. I'm sure we can stretch and even get more connections. And Your Excellency, the difference between the last mile connection and building infrastructure in roads is we touch people's lives. This power goes to the people's homes. And so we want to thank you, the contractors who are here today. The President, in a very short briefing, tells me he'll be coming to the ground to inspect. And you do know that before the President comes once, I need to be there 5 times. So really, Your Excellency, we will have to be on the run. We are running out of time. 2030 is around the corner. Let's do this quickly, whereas the donors have given us 18 months. If we can do it in 12 months, we'll get more funding and get all Kenyans accessing power by the turn of this decade, Your Excellency. So I want to assure Your Excellency, if you are going to be visiting the ground, I'll be going to every project 5 times before you go once. You may go once only to commission, because you have got other national duties, like the very successful visit you have just done and made us proud. So colleagues, contractors, this is a serious project. We must really get value for money. We must do quality work. Siror, we are working together, we'll support you. Your Excellency, just in ending, you do know that we've been working on restructuring the Kenya Power and Lighting since we came to Cabinet with a paper to restructure the shareholding structure. Today we've got 4 board members from the private sector sitting against a 5-member structure in that shareholding structure of 49-50% for government. And therefore we've got the private sector infusing knowledge and supporting Kenya Power to work. We did say in our Kenya Kwanza manifesto, Your Excellency, that we are going to allow Kenya Power to operate as a commercial entity. And today, Siror has a big task in working on the power losses. We have given a target from 22% to 16% in 3 years, and we are working together to achieve that, so that we can bring down the cost of power. That's why he basically diverted and went there. Because whereas we are selling 12,000 gigawatt hours of power in a year, we cannot account for 3,000 gigawatt hours, and yet it is paid for